Thank you, friends. Greeting to everyone that is watching this live program. I want just to talk to something that is so unique. Um, I know that those who are following me, I was able to talk about passion, but today I want to look at purpose. Ish, this one, purpose. If you don't know purpose, somebody said abuse is inevitable, meaning that you can be abused because you don't know your purpose. Now, I want to make a simple definition of what purpose is. Purpose is simply the reason why. In short, you are trying to answer the question, why do you exist? Why are you doing this thing? Why are you involved in this one? Why are you doing such a business? Why are you a pastor? Why are you playing football? Why are you singing? So when you begin to have answers to the reason why, in short, maybe we're also saying purpose is to understand who you are, or maybe the reason of your existence. Why are you existing? Why are you there? Why are you on this planet Earth? So the moment you begin to have answers to the reason why you exist, you begin to, what will come on you? You begin to know yourself. And when you begin to know yourself, means that when a person is knowing himself, it means he begins to identify himself. He begins to identify himself on what he is supposed to be doing. So this is why purpose is very important. So purpose is important because when you know it, you will not be abused. Because you know why. If you are going for work, you know the purpose why you are going for work. Maybe sometimes you want to raise money to build up a business, or you are going to work because you want to learn a skill or to learn that trade that you are going to. So you have a reason. So in whatever a person is doing, should have a reason. Anyone should have a reason. And automatically, because we are looking at purpose, it means that everyone, when he's doing anything, always has a purpose. But the problem is this. Is it a good purpose or is it a bad purpose? Is this purpose serving multitude, or is this purpose only serving you, or is this purpose going to have an effect on other people? So this is why I look at purpose to be very critical, very important. So let me just begin to bring it this way. When I say you should understand the reason why, I mean that when let me just refer to that you were able to be made available on this planet Earth. So there was no accident to whoever wanted you to exist. Apart from your parents, maybe the super being like maybe God, he never made a mistake for you to exist. So when he wanted you to exist or to be born, he had the reason why you should be born. And that reason that's why he wanted you to live on this planet Earth. And meaning that he had already prepared everything. Everything is set. But do you know why you don't know why those things are not working out? It's because you have not discovered yourself what you're doing. Because if you don't know your purpose, you know what you'll be doing? You'll be doing purposes of others. Meaning that you'll be able to help others' purposes, which is not wrong. If you are helping them in order for you to learn something and to get back to your purpose, I don't see anything wrong in that one. But in whatever way you're doing, in whatever you are, it's only that you have not known yourself. But now that I'm telling you that from today going forward, you should know what is the purpose of your existence. Why are you here on earth? Why do you exist? Why do you stay where you are staying? Why are you in the village? Why are you at the farm? Why are you playing football? And when you know yourself why you are doing those and you begin to answer that, you do it. An example of the last topic, you do it passionately because you understand your purpose. So many people, they don't put in passion. Why? It's because maybe they just copied this idea on what they're doing, or they are just doing it because they saw it, someone was able to do it. But those who are doing it according to their purpose, they will do it passionately. So I understand why others are not passionate in what they are doing is because they have no purpose. So automatically a borrowed thing, a copied thing, a photocopied thing has no reason. You don't know why you're doing it. For example, here is a person who is doing some businesses that he doesn't understand. At the end of the day, he will not go far, he will not be able to go very far because he doesn't understand. And he has no reason why he's pushing for that business. Maybe if the reasons are simple, on purpose, if the reasons on purpose are very simple or flips, they are flips or they are narrow, if they are narrow, the reasons of why you are doing a particular thing are very narrow, then it means purpose is not well defined. So what you're supposed to do is you must make sure you define the purpose of your existence. Why am I existing? And because why I'm existing, what am I supposed to do? When you begin to look at why you are existing, the reason why, then you'll be able to know that now you are supposed to check on this one, that because I'm existing, then you establish, I think the reason are these 2-3 things. These are my reason. Then you begin to say, okay, because I'm existing because of this one. Now, how am I going to do to achieve this, my purpose? How am I going to do it? This one. So when you look at purpose, it's the one that builds what we call vision. Because purpose, when we say purpose, we are simply talking about a dream. We are simply talking about the vision that was put inside you, because the purpose is the one that defines the vision. So now, because you understand what a purpose is, and because you begin to know over what a purpose is, then it will be easy for you to live this life. And you live it without regret. Those who understand and know their purpose, you know what happens? They are very comfortable. They have joy. They've got peace. They are not worried about who overtakes them. They are not worried who goes beyond them, who becomes successful, who is that. They are not worried because they know their purpose. They know that in their purpose, because they know it very well, they're able to define where their goals are, where their objectives are. So they're able to know when they're going to arrive at the final destination. So that's what purpose is. So in short, I'm looking at a person who has embarked himself on a journey. This person who has embarked himself on a journey must have a reason why he is traveling and where he is traveling to. And he knows the obstacles he might meet on his traveling. So a person who has got a purpose begin to define, begin to understand whatever he might face. And when he faces them, he's not shaken, he's not moved. He's not moved. So a person who is a footballer, like some of you, you know what you want to achieve. And you know what you're going to discover. Because you're a footballer, you'll be able to define how you're going to become a professional footballer, and how at the end of professional football program, you know how you'll be able to move to another level of maybe coaching. Again, you also understand how you are going to move yourself to level of managerial level. You'll be able to know how you can be able to move in sectors, because you understand your purpose. Somebody who is a pastor also will also understand himself that, oh, he has a calling. And is he going to be a pastor? Is he going to be an evangelist? Is he going to be an apostle? Or who is he? Is he a prophet? Is what? So when he's doing this, when he knows himself and his purpose, he has no problem. Whoever rises, who is a pastor, who is so famous, he is not confused with that, because he knows his purpose. And he's contented with that. And he's contented because he knows where he's going. A purposed person knows where he's going and why he's doing those things, and nothing disturbs him. No economy disturbs him. No political issues disturbs him. No anything like we say, there's no peace. There's nothing like, no, there's peace, no peace. Even amid this war, a person with a purpose, he knows why he's placed where there's war. He knows why he's living in a village. He knows why he's in a shanty compound. And the moment he begins to do his purpose, at the end of the day, those results that comes out of what he's doing is able to affect other people. Then at the end of the day, he's going to fulfill his God-given purpose. What is your purpose? This year, 2026, what is your purpose for in this year? Then what is the purpose that you have? What is the purpose that you think you have in the next 10 years? Then what is your purpose in the next 30 years to come? Now, when you begin to look at the timeline, begin to look at this timing, you are now beginning to build what we call a vision. We'll be able to look at the vision very soon. But today, I wanted us to look at purpose. So what is your purpose? Purpose is that thing that you have, the reason why. That is what we call purpose. So thank you very much for listening to this one. I want you to be a purposeful person. God bless you.